Hello, everybody. My name is Tucker, and welcome back to our Russian Fishing for Spin Fishing character season, whatever episodes. You may notice in the upper left corner, I've got a new lure on here. So between episodes, a couple things happened. I did go back to winding, and I purchased the Novo Gold um, kit to build lures. So it's a Novgorod spoon mold. And then you also need 10 bars and sandpaper. And I made 50, I needed 52 of those to get from 0 to 10%. I actually made 60 and I kept the best one I had, which was a size 8 or an 8 quality. Right now, I do not have any hooks on it. Then I also bought 10 sets of foam rubber and made a bunch of foam rubber fish 001s. So that's one of the changes between episodes. The other change is you notice I barely have any silver in the bank right now. That's because I also, and you might have seen it when I was scrolling down, I also bought the Fiskarama fishing tool and a set of 10-kilogram fluorocarbon line to build leaders for this rod. So I do now have a 10-kilogram leader on this rod. I think I actually have an 11-kilogram accessories, so hooks and things like that on the leader. But basically, it's a 10-kilogram, which is bigger than I wanted, but kind of just made sense for what I wanted to do. So I did come in here, and I'll put this probably right after this. I came in a little bit earlier. I had a few minutes and came out here to burn off the last of my boat rental. And we ended up catching 4 fish, and including a 3.636 char, which as of earlier, and I assume now, it is one of the US record chars for the week. I was the third place one earlier. I don't think anything's changed. Nothing has changed. So again, I'll put that in at the end of this cast. I'll take a quick cut and put in catching that fish. I cast a little bit afterwards as well too. Only caught a small perch, so I won't include that. But it did take a second for me to get unmuted from some things I only had a few minutes and wanted to just once I hooked into a good fish, looked a lot like this. Once I hooked into a good fish, I started recording. So it took me a second to get everything unmuted before I was able to start talking there. So again, I'll put that in between this fish and the next cast as well too. I did take a look at the cafe before I got out here. There are no good orders out there right now. And that fish was a 44 silver fish. So it has already paid for if I sold it. I haven't sold it yet, but when I sell it, it would pay for all the foam rubber I bought and the trip back to winding. So definitely a good fish. This one's feeling like it's going to be another good one as well. And I only fished for about 20 minutes earlier. So definitely been worth it if you can get up to jigging. I still think having the 3-step jig would be even better. We're not there yet. This is a big Arctic char, 2.774 Arctic char for 3,000 experience points. If I remember correctly off the top of my head, the 3.6 kilo char was 10,000 experience points. But again, I'll include that here. So I'm going to take a quick cut and I'll be right back. Hello, everyone. Was just doing some quick tests with a new lure and caught a big fish here, so wanted to go ahead and get it recorded. Not sure where I'm going to put this in the episode. I don't have time to do a full episode right now, but I did make some foam rubber fish and a 10-kilogram leader and have caught something decent here. Hopefully. It is a good char. I can see it. Nice. 3.6 kilogram char. That's going to be worth a fair amount of money and 10,000 experience. That was probably the fifth cast, first one during peak times, and that's what I caught so far. And we're back to present time. So definitely a nice fish there. It was a good surprise to pull that in, and a good fish overall. So I'll take that any day of the week. So again, here what I've got is I've got the jigging rig set. I'm on a 40 retrieval. I tend to do 2 spins, wait 2 seconds. 2 spins, wait 2 seconds. I've been pretty good at keeping jig step up. I'm not the best at jig step. Um, there's also something right around in this area at the bottom of the lake that I keep hitting that messes my jig step up. I don't know if it's a tree or a rock or cliff face right there. Nope, this is a fish. Probably a small perch by the feel of it. Nope, that would be a decent burbot. First jigging burbot. Turned out to be smaller than I thought it was, but we'll take it. So cast it out, let it sink, spin twice, count to 2, spin the reel twice, count to 2. There's jig step. 1, 2. If I don't get jig step, sometimes I'll count to 3 on my pause, and that tends to help. Here's another good fish. Decent char here too. Probably a couple kilo. And 1.2 kilo, 3,800 experience points up to 41.9% spin fishing. That's probably a 10 to 20 silver fish as well. Saw the strain bar go up there, or tension bar go up, and thought I'd hit whatever I tend to hit, but nope, fish on. Smaller fish, I can tell that much. Perch. Seem to catch perch, char, Arctic char, occasional lake trout, and then that one random burbot. Usually for me, uh, between 10 and noon, depending on the weather, is when I have been stopping jigging here, especially. If it gets over about 11 degrees, definitely slows way down to the point that it just doesn't make sense. So we'll see. I haven't looked at the weather today. Looks like it's pretty decent out there right now. It's whatever I drag it through down there. Boat rack. I don't know what it is down there, to be honest. Maybe coming up a cliff wall. It's possible. As westerly casting as I would like to be, honestly. Keep in mind, I am using a little bit of a bigger rod than some of my stuff in the past, but you probably could do this even with the Lacertes and be successful. I know I've seen a few people comment that they've been doing that. So even a 5 kilogram rod and reel, it would be a bit of a struggle to pull in some of those bigger char, but you could do it. And you all saw me pull in a 10 kilogram, 11 kilogram lake trout. Those just kind of proves what you can do if you got time. Now, unlike the lake trout, I don't have the boat running. I've got the anchor down, so I can't as easily chase it. I'd have to put the rod down, raise the anchor, put it in trolling mode, pick the rod up. If I had to chase anything. But with a 5 meter per second wind, I'm glad I've got the anchor down. I've already blown 3 grid squares away from where I stopped. And you can see me turning right now. That's not me turning the boat. That's the wind blowing me and turning me on the anchor. Turn my retrieval speed down just a touch, just because I tend to have more luck keeping jig step up. There's little Woofy is out being a little Woofy. Another probably perch. Yep. The boat has completely turned around. Another fish on. Doesn't feel super impressive, but it's a fish. Another reasonable sized perch. Feels like another perch to me here. We'll see. Doesn't feel super impressive. Might not even be a marker perch. It's not. That's unfortunate. In a quick email for that 4-letter W word, so may not be keeping my pace exactly as well as I would like to. It is after 11 o'clock. It's getting to double digit temperatures. I will probably go back to trolling. I did have to buy a new boat ticket for today. The 5-day one we had earlier, about a few days ago, has worn out, which was expected. Part of why I went out earlier was I knew didn't have a whole lot of time on it. Didn't hurt getting out there and burning the rest of it up. The one I'm on now, I got out here about 3 a.m. And I only bought a 1-day. I've got a second 1-day just in case catch something interesting and need to chase it afterward. Doesn't look like we're gonna get. Yeah. Let's try that again, Tucker. Doesn't look like we're going to get any. All right, so go ahead and put that away. A to raise the anchor, J to put it in trolling mode. Pull out rod 1. Get that in the water. Switch to rod 2. Change to a lure rig. Put a Aquilon there. Yes, I know there's a fish on rod 1. And put a 10-meter clip on. Get it out there. All right, now I'm curious what this thing is. Perch over on rod 2. Probably a 2 or 3 kilo laker here is my guess. Maybe an Arctic char. It is an Arctic. 1.5 kilo Arctic. Small perch. Trying to approach the island the way I want to. Excuse me, that one snuck up on me. I was not able to get to the mute button. With our changing weather, I'm not surprised. We're in the 40s today, finally, and we're not even going to break 30 tomorrow. We are not going to be above freezing tomorrow. But then back into the 40s and 50s, so good old half winter weather. Probably next steps for me, I've got most of what I want. Next steps on this character would be getting a bigger reel for that rod. Obviously, we need silver to do that, considering we're below 20. Yeah, below 15 silver. So, main thing we need to do is grind up silver. Obviously, getting to level 20 will be nice. That'll unlock Volkov, which gives us some different fish to fish for, as well as the ability to buy some lures that are not currently available to us. But that's really probably my next steps at this point. would be get 1,000 or so silver so that we can upgrade the reel here, move that reel over here, and that line over here as well too, and then go from there. Then the next step would be either getting an ultralight light rod. It wouldn't be a true ultralight rod just because it's a 3,000, but get a light rod that rod reel can go on. That's a possibility. I did intentionally buy that one as a 3,000 so that I could get a light rod, which gives bonus experience. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet or not, but that's something I'm kind of thinking of. Obviously, we'll still slowly, when we're on land, grind up bait harvesting, try and get that a little bit higher. I wouldn't mind, especially once I get another bigger reel, starting to do some pike fishing as well, which would need some different lures, and I wouldn't mind then getting a steel leader. So pike have teeth that can actually bite through your leaders and your line and steal the hook. So if you ever see rig cut off by fish teeth, you had a pike on your line. You can get steel leaders, which help prevent that. They can still bite through it. If you get a big enough pike, you can still bite through a smaller steel leader. Just saw that I'm not even ranch hawk. I don't know. About a 3.6 kilo pike, and that jogged the memory that I wouldn't mind getting into that soon too. But really getting a bigger reel is the next step, and then getting level 20. And depending on which happens first, we'll see where we go. I will say I've seen cafe orders for that 3 kilo char before that are in the hundreds of silver. So it's not out of the question to get up to 1,000 silver before level 20 or level 19 even. Nice fish there, Peter. 4.2 kilo Arctic. Perch or Vindus. Or small laker. Wouldn't mind getting a spoon to fish with as well too. We'll see on that. That might be. I thought about that. I just knew I wasn't going to have enough silver after buying everything I bought. I spent at 550 silver. Okay. But very, very much worth it. Honestly, getting lure up was cheaper than I thought. Since the last time I started leveling up lure making, you do not need to buy hooks to put on the lure, or buy a set of hooks, put it on, build a lure, take it off, put it on the next one. That's the other option. So it actually didn't take nearly as long as I expected and was cheaper than I expected. You read a lot of the power leveling guides, they'll say you need 1,000 hooks. You don't need any hooks anymore. Like I said, I think I needed 52 to get up to... Actually, I know I needed 52 to get up to 10%. I think I bought supplies to make 60 just because I didn't know exactly how many I needed past 50. I bought supplies to make 60, and I think I successfully made 57 of the Novogorods. And then I bought supplies for 10 foam rubber fish, not knowing how long it would take me to get a quality 10. And right off the bat, they were 9s. And pretty quickly, I got a 10. I think I actually ended up with 3 or 4 quality 10 foam rubber fishes. But if you're wanting to grind up lure making anyway, foam rubber fish are some of the next things to do. And they're cheap. Small perch. Oh, fishy fish. Yeah, there's one on. Small lake trout. Not small Arctic char. Either way, not a marker. Fish on both rods. Small, I think it's a grayling. Nope, small-eyed. Small laker. Another small laker. Upside down perch. It was a marker at least. Another fish on. Another small laker, I think. Tiny laker. And that's Q, not 1. Ooh, good fish. Not quite as good as I thought, but a decent upside down perch. 1.1. think the only spin fishing fish were big pike and then brown trout today in the cafe. I was hoping between when I caught the big char and now whatever expired would put the char on. Still possible. I don't think it's likely. And I don't want to. Your fish do stay fresh for 24 real life hours. I just don't want to deal with trying to keep an eye on it and hop on at the exact moment to switch and sell it. So I will probably sell everything I've got at the end of the episode here. That way everyone can see exactly how much I made too. Decent Laker here. Probably a small Laker. Be close to a marker, but it's not. I don't think this is a marker either. Nope. Good Ventus here. Not quite as good as I thought it was going to be, but at least a marker. Nothing important on that text message. Good old, do you want to sell your house text message. Never understood who would sell their house to an unsolicited message. Makes no sense how that's even a worthwhile expense for someone trying to buy a house. Some company really to try and buy houses. For me, that's been the good old, we're calling on your car's extended warranty. It's either been Spectrum calling me on an account that they don't even offer in my area, but somehow I still have an account with them, they say, on my phone number that I've had for 16 years and never had an account with them. Or you want to sell your house. It just makes no sense at a robocall. Anyone would say, oh yeah, sure, I want to sell my house to someone who hasn't reached out. Even somehow my mom lives in a retirement community and doesn't own her house or anything like that, but I got a text message for her address to my phone, which has never been registered there. We're pretty much in the same city. She's in a suburb of the city I live in. But I got a text message to name a price for her house. So evidently $3 million was not an appropriate response. I figured I could buy it from the place she lives for well under $3 million. and they would have probably gladly accepted and then got it right back because didn't have legal standing to sell it. But yeah, no, it's people are idiots. It's always name a price for your house. Never, hey, I want to offer you $150,000. Name a price for your house. Or my favorite, Samantha sent you a text message 3 days ago about this. Never got a text message from Samantha. And if I didn't respond to Samantha 3 days ago, what means I'm going to respond to you? Or whatever name they throw out. Got a couple of decent graylings there, some good Venduses. Venduses? I don't know. Let me speak good English. Ooh, hello. Don't quite have my drag all the way up, but this is a decent Laker. Probably 2 to 3. Just shy of 2. I thought there was a fish on there. I'm wrong. I'm gonna run into land if I don't turn. We're 37 minutes in. I'm not exactly sure how long the clip of me catching the char is going to be. I recorded a couple more casts, but only got it was a 90 gram perch. Yeah, I got a 90 gram perch after the. Not worth it. I think I might have recorded the other marker perch I got, but not really worth it to see. So, but definitely that 3.6 kilo char was a nice fish. I know I didn't have any commentary on the other perch. Actually, on a phone call at that moment. Just wanted to test to make sure I could do jig steps with the new lure and leader and all that. There's this fish on. It looks like another Vindus. It is. It is a marker. Good. There might have been a trophy Vindus order at the cafe as well too. For some reason, my brain's telling me there's a 500 gram cafe order for Vinduses. Which I'm not going to rule out, but I'm not going to say we're definitely going to catch one either. That's Q, not A. Explains why I wasn't turning, though. Another Vindus. Non-marker, though. Did I lock this one? I did. Just looked like it was hanging out further than normal. Marker perch. Unfortunately, marker perch are not worth a whole lot. Common. Unmarker perch are worth even less. I'd like to be off the boat by 3 a.m. I'll probably do one more pass of the island and then head in for the night. This is a reasonable fish. Still haven't repaired the other reel, the other Lacerti reel I have. The friction brake's still pretty worn on it. Come on, get your head above water. Are you a Laker or are you a Savon? You're a Laker, 1.5 kilo. Thought I saw the spots on it for a second. So probably one, maybe two more times of a loop. And then we'll have to call it a night here. Honestly, pretty decent day. Not amazing. I'm going to say we're probably, with that 44 silverfish, probably about 100 to 120 silver right now. And still time to make a little bit more. I'm gonna say that looked like not a lake trout, small rainbow. Good Ventus here. I don't think that one. Yeah. I don't know if you saw it, but a fish just tried to bite. Got one, but didn't quite hook and then let go. Saw the fish, I saw the hook, the line drop, and then I saw it pop off. Wasn't an amazing fish, so I'm not super disappointed by it. Interesting that a lot of people just had a fish got away message too. Well, a lot of people, two people, but I hadn't seen one all day before then. Let's turn to go around south side of the island and then we'll head back into the dock. Another decent Ventus, I think. Yep. Third fish got away. Oh, I just lifted my shoulder and my chest popped. I don't know if that got in the microphone or not, but that hurt. Nice, Vindus. Good news for me today is I'm getting this recorded before it gets too late so I can spend the hour it'll take to add the clip in from earlier. Early afternoon, my time. For the past couple days, it's been 7, 8 o'clock before I get around to recording this episode. Nice, G-Tet. They'd reached out to me earlier about char fishing. Got 2 ultralight char records. Granted, it looks like there's not been a lot of ultralight chars yet. One of them wasn't all that big. Perch there. And I know I haven't shown this too often. You can fish with a third rod while trolling. I just can't stop or drop the anchor, or if I get stuck, I can't put this rod down. So you have to be a little bit more careful if you do this. It is something you can do. I just realized I'm using a really, really small rod and reel here, so I'm going to reel in as fast as I can. This is the starter spark, so it's only like a 2 kilo reel. But wanted to show that you can do that in case you're interested. All right, take a quick look at the cafe. 6 perch we have. There's 14. 1 500-gram bindi, don't have that. Nothing else, and the burbot we caught was too small. So I'm still going to say probably 120 to 130 silver before that 14. 127, so it's pretty well right on there. So that's 141 silver for the day. So not a bad day. But appreciate everyone watching. We'll be back again tomorrow, and hope you all have good tight lines. Bye bye now.